Good morning, folks. Welcome back. I think today we're going to be playing with an interior of a ruined, maybe a temple or something like that. And I think we're going to try to use some fluid sims, specifically FluidLab, to fill it with sand a little bit. Just probably overkill, but it should be fun. So let's go ahead and get into it and see what we get. I'm thinking a roughly circular chamber, stereotype, but it works. So a cylinder, let's set it to 16 or even less. Yeah, no, 16 seems good. Let's give it a radius of 5 meters, 8 meters, and a depth of 5 meters. That looks like a reasonably good size for a chamber. Tab A, G, Z, 2.5. Cool. Get back up to the origin. There we go. Now, we want to do with it. I think we want at least part of it open to the sky. I'm going to take this ceiling and just separate it off for right now. And did I separate P by those parts? No, P by selection. That's why. All right, tab, grab it, move it to new collection, ceiling. Turn it off. Let's grab this thing. A, Shift N, inside. Okay, so our normals are going to point in now, and that should be good. Now let's just see what we do. We do what we do. Inset, let's say 2 meters. There we go. Good deal. And then we can grab that and EZ minus 0.5 always. Okay. EZ minus 0.5 and minus 0.5. Just getting our basic shapes involved. Let's save. New 240619-1 live stream ruined temple. Let's just be a bit more interior. 240619-1 interior. Okay. Cool. Now let's inset this again. And E. Just go 2 meters. Cool. Good deal. 7. Let's take, which ones do we want to do? Let's see. RZ. Oh no. RZ 12.5. Is it 12.5? Doesn't seem like it. What we got? 16, 10. RZ 10. Cool. No? Still? RZ. Let's see. 360 divided by 16 divided by 2. No? I don't know. All right, screw it. I was just trying to line it up, but we don't really need to. And my math is not working today, apparently. It doesn't really matter which one it is. 2. Let's grab this, this, and this. Control bevel. There. We want to clamp overlap, cool. Segments, we're gonna add some more, and custom, we're gonna go to steps. If we have less, no. Doesn't really matter how big they are, I think that as long as it kind of gives us something that looks cool, I think that's okay. Do we want to do it that way? Because that gets the other one too. And I'm not sure we want to do that. Although, I mean, it's not awful. It's super mind that it does that, I guess. That being these things off to the side here. I could separate it, but no, that's fine. We'll do that. Just wanted a few stairs. And then here, 3. That's 2. Control R, add an edge loop. Bevel it. Oh. Kill. Great. And then bevel. What are you doing? Okay, loop cut, we've done that. Great. Control B. Kill, clamp overlap. Okay, so extend to 1. Let me do the whole thing. Let's just avoid that. Let's just do this one. There we go. That's better. And Control R. Cool. And let's just put a person in just to make sure we're getting our scale right. Human gen, dude, generated dude. Cool. Back to this thing. Yeah, that looks good. It's a good size. 3E. Blast it in. Doesn't really need to go that far, but in fact, let's not go that far. Let's just take it. Actually, let's just delete it like that. Now we take this whole thing, Q. Let's solidify it. Okay, well, that's interesting. Solidify, doesn't need to be an even thickness. Cool. Good deal, let's apply it. So now we just in case for, as we get into doing our simulations, we have a full thing too. And E. Three SZ0, flatten it out. Cool. We have our entranceway. So now we can let some sun in there too, potentially. That should be good. Save. Let's bring back in our ceiling now. See what we're going to do to it. Tab A, Shift N, inside. Inset, inset, inset. Make sure it's even. Inset 1, sure. Shift R. Cool. I like it. Plus, plus, plus. E -1. E -1. Should be 1, but all right, I guess it's because it's E -1 and E. Actually, I'm just going to delete this one. Faces. Tab A. merge by distance. Just make sure I didn't have any. I did have a couple. Thought I did that. And then this one, Q, solidify also. And there is our core base temple structure, right? I don't want to do too high res yet. We're going to res it up more as we, after we've done the sim. But just something like that, I think, is cool. I'm going to give us basically enough places to have some cool drifts of sand, hopefully. My idea is going to be this is where that head from the warehouse kind of came from the scene a couple weeks ago. Let's apply this, solidify, hide our ceiling. Okay. We got stairs coming in. They're tiny stairs, but that's fine. It's all good. I have no beef with that. Cool. Let's just take this thing here. We'll add a couple edge loops. And just for funsies, turn on proportional, connected only. Do that. Sure. Yeah, that's cool. Just bulge that out a little bit. Why not? Now, do we want some columns? That could give us something more fun for a sand stuff too. Let's turn off proportional. Maybe let's do some columns. So maybe we grab this one, and then on the opposite side, that one, and that one. No, how do we want to do this? Alternate, skip one. That's not too many. That should be fine. Okay. Face, poke faces. 1 minus, because this is center one. Q, circle, because it's that. 3. Let's turn back on our ceiling and E up to there. Cool. Now that feels good. I like that. Okay, so hide our ceiling again. Save again. Now our pillars. How do we want to do this? Do we want to just leave them solids for right now? I mean, they can be solid, but do we want to make them more interesting or just that for right now? Maybe just that. Let's not get too badass until we see how this sim is going to go. All right. So let us now create mesh cube GZ and turn back on our ceiling. Great. And I'm just gonna, it doesn't really matter. Just move it slightly off center because I'm gonna make it spew at a slight angle just again to give us more interest. So FluidLab, we're going to add a new group. It is going to be an inflow group. Okay, great. Then we're going to add an emitter. It's an inflow emitter there. And we're going to do 2 emitters ultimately, I think, but let's do one at a time first. We're going to change our initial velocity to y minus 2 and x1. Great. We're going to set this as a collider. Sure. Add selection there. And then in our fluid presets, we're going to go with sand. Set the preset. And if we play, we get that, which is actually not a tremendous amount of sand. But it's going to kind of start working. Let's rewind it. Let's see what we can get out of it. And I don't know this tool very well, so we're playing with it as we go, clearly. Fluid settings. Count size seems okay. We don't really care how fluidy it is right now. 100. We're going to go to a lifetime of 250, but let's take it's what inputs for 150. Gives us more. And I don't want to count too much bigger. What if I make this bigger? Does it change anything? Let's see. Rewind and play. We get some more out of it. But not a tremendous amount. But it's not awful. Let's add another emitter. Let's try to anyway. Shift A, mesh, cube. Scale it down. Right in that door. And let's add emitter. Cool. And the second emitter is going to have a y velocity initial velocity of 5 and an x velocity of -1. And let's see what that does. Oh, no, it makes them both go that way, damn it. Okay, so they're both blowing that way, which is fine. Just need to, they can't apparently change the initial velocity. It's just in the fluids. Okay. Well, then we're going to move this over here. Maybe even bring it down a little bit. I'll take this one and let's bring it in a little bit. Let's get rid of our ceiling so we can see what we're doing. Yeah, I was curious about it. So I got it over the Memorial Day sale last month, and I figured I'm like, all right, let's see what we get. And so far, all right. I mean, it's cool. I like that I don't have to make a domain. That's kind of doing what I want. I wish I could have different directions for these emitters. That would be nice. Where's this other cube? There's the other emitter. 7G. Let's move that back over here. Now that we're down, it might be okay. And I want to sort of spray in the back of this room too. So we're just sort of playing. Boop. Okay. All right. That's a little too directional. I get why, but since I'm not going to do an animation, I'm just using it to lay it down. That's fine. We could cheat mine. 7. Scale it up. Bring it in just a little bit more. Play. Maybe we even do a third one. Just to get some I don't know. Like I said, this is mass overkill. I could do this modeling super easy, but I'm just kind of curious. So sometimes you just do stuff just because. Um, mesh, cube, and add it as an emitter. Why is that one? Is that one falling straight down? No, it's just lower, I guess. So far, it's not lagging too bad, so I don't mind keeping up with this. That doesn't make a lot of sense over there unless it connects to the other one. I want them going in different directions, though. Maybe I just have to do a new fluid group. I'm just going to delete this one. I might even try deleting this one. And there's that cube going down. I'm going to scale it up, back to the center. Save. And let's see what we got. Just want to check it first. Okay, it's coming down into our room. Cool. Good deal. That's fine. Now I want to do another one here. Let's try this. Shift A, mesh, cube. There we go. And let's add another group, another inflow group. Great. Add an emitter. Great. Set our fluid presets to sand. Set preset. Rewind. Play. Cool. So that does work. Because then we can come to that one. That's how we skin this cat. And we give it a y of 10 and an x of -5. Let's see what that does. That should blast it. Yes. X of -15 even. Yes. Oh yeah. That's what I'm talking about now. Oh, we gotta go higher though. That's why it's like, why is it blasting out of the room? Okay. Rewind. There we go. That's there. I'll go to the first one here. And we'll do the same thing for it. A little more. Let's make these numbers higher. 10 -5. Play. And you know what we can do? Screw it. Let's turn on our ceiling and let's make it also a collider. Cool. Now can I just hide it and have it still work? Let's see. Yes. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's what we want. That's way better. I'm just gonna even turn. I like the way it's spraying like that. I want to get a little bit more spray going the other direction, so I think I'm gonna add one more too. Seem like we're doing okay. Let's see, Shift A, mesh, cube. Good. And let's add a new group again. Inflow, sure. Add emitter, sure. presets, sand, great, fluid presets. I want it to go y -5 and x -10. And I want it to go for 150. And I want the one above it to go for 150. Just blast some sand in there. This should slow us down a little bit. Let's see. Yes. That's fun. Let it keep falling just for a little bit more. We'll let it go all the way to 250. How do we feel about that? Cool, but I think we want a little bit more in that front area, or is that okay? That might be okay. We're coming in the door. Let's just do a kind of a wee. We come in the door. How are we feeling about that for sand? I think we're feeling okay about that for sand, actually. We don't have a lot there, but that's fine. That looks all right to me. That was easy. We could give it a bit more, just cause. I wonder. Let's rewind. This one, let's go with with 15 on it, and even -20. So it's really going to just blast it. Yeah, I got to make the noises. Get more spray that way. A little bit. I've played with it just a little bit. I'm kind of in the same boat as you. Like I bought it a long time ago. I'm gonna do one more. I bought it a long time ago, and I kind of haven't really used it much. But this does seem to be working cool, which is nice. 7G. Let's do another group inflow. Add the emitter. Set its preset to sand. Fluid settings. I want to go with initial velocity of Z up 5, 10, and -5 and -5. I'm just curious. Spurting out of the hole. Too much. Okay. 5. Is it on top of my object now? Let's see. Did it get out of my ceiling? Yep. Let's go to 250, see what we got. I'm going to turn off the ceiling again. Did it really add anything to it? Maybe it did not. I think it's too, am I too high up? Is that the third one? Yeah. Let's go down. Rewind. Play. Let's go in the same direction. I don't want it to go that way. I want it to go zero. or even 1. Let's see. Towards the door. That looks good. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, Michael, glad you got audio finally. Yeah, we're using FluidLab, and we're trying to see if we can't spray some sand everywhere instead of modeling it, just because why not? And I think that's going to be what we're going to go with. So now, mesh, add a mesh, all that stuff together. Yep, sure. We're going to set its mesh size to 0.06 just to make it a little bit thicker. Yeah. And voxel resolution to like 0.03. No. 0.1. No. 0.06. And 0.07. Just kind of playing with it a little bit. Let's see. We're getting a few weird blob things like that off to the side, which we can decide what we want to do with, if anything. But that looks pretty cool. Like I said, this is mad overkill. This is meant to do like animation sims, and we're just using it to spray sand in places on our ground, but I wanted to try it. Sometimes you just do stuff cuz. That looks all right. Mesh on. Cool. Smoothing. Let's just smooth it like 10 times. Yeah. Maybe not quite 10 times. Let's go 5 times. 3 times. Looks good. 3 times seems like a winner for me. Cool. Now we can just completely screw this up because it's not meant to be done this way, but we don't care. Cause an error because we just want the mesh. Now we can grab this mesh, new collection, sand, and delete hierarchy, FluidLabs. Go away. Cool. And may not look great yet, but I think it's going to give us what we want. I like it. We got a little bit going down there. Cool. Yeah, I think that'll work. That's more fun than otherwise. And we got some cool stuff around like these pillars, which is what I was hoping for, is that we would get a little bit of interaction with the pillars. That would be harder to do manually. Not impossible, but harder to do. Okay, cool. Save it. Now, let's mess up our temple a little bit. Control A, make sure its rotation scale is set. Let's break it. With erode it, let's try erode it today. That might be a bit much. We may have eroded it a little on the too much side. Resolution of 5. That's looking better. We still lost all of our stairs though, and I did like our stairs. So let's see if we can take it more. Resolution of, let's see if we can cut our erosion down a little bit. 0.25, have a little less. See if we can, I'm trying to get the settings dialed in before I go for super high res because it takes longer. No, 0.5, which way do we? Yeah, 0.3. 3, 3. See if we get somewhere in between that we like. Not enough. 0.4. Now, we want to go back. We like it higher. Maybe we cut our edge depth down to 0.25. Let's see if that helps us. Edge erosion down to 0.2. I want my stairs back, basically. Smooth, so let's go to like 10 instead of 20. Now let's try resolution of 10. We don't have to do it if we don't want to, but we did lose pretty much our steps. Which is sad. So without it, and with it. Morning, Brian. It's thinking. Okay, let's go back to 5 for right now. Let's just keep playing with it for a minute. Let's see if we can't depth of 0.1. Make it narrower. See if that'll help us. Smooth of 0. I mean, if I need to, I could come back and add stairs, I suppose, but we cut a lot of that out, didn't we? Maybe we try a different way. Let's get rid of it. Save. F4, append. Terrain generator. Node tree. Trainer base. Okay. Now let's come back into this object, solo it, edit it. And I want to say 3. This, but not this. There we go. That far. Cool. We want to make these detail. I don't really care if it's the top ones or not, but they're on there, I guess. Sure. Now, we don't need collision anymore. That could just go away, but is it over here? And yeah. Okay. We have no more collisions. Add modifier, geometry node, trainer base, and it's going to look ugly. Woo, nipples. That's pretty funny. Strength of 1 and strength of 1 and decimate of 0.1. Okay, I'm still getting rid of my stairs though. Where's that happening? Oh, iterations of 0. No. 1. Mass resolution, go up 1. Let's see what that gives us. Nope. Did I apply it? Thought I did. No, I did. Okay. So why did it not? Let's keep playing. Well, that definitely is applying it to the other parts, but not to that. Okay. So there. Okay. I think it's in our edge crease or our decimation. 0.1. Let's see. No. Edge crease 1. 0.5. Decimation 0.05. Yes. Okay, that's where it is. That's where we're going. 0.01. Cool. Stairs back. Nice. All right. I knew we'd get to it. Edge crease 0.2. Better. Even. Unsolo. That's kind of neat. Feels way more organic and less built up, which is kind of cool. We're gonna have to move that, but you know, it's the danger of doing this stuff afterward. Turn on our ceiling. Let's grab it. Link, copy modifiers. Cool. And we'll have to fix that ugly seam there if we want to do it this way. But I do think it's kind of cool. So which way do we prefer? We could do it as a terrain, or we could just try to gumble it up a bit more. Ruin-wise, I don't know which way I prefer, in all honesty. Let's come back to this bad boy, edit it, 3, E, GZ, scale inward, not those suckers, undo that, E, that'll just fix that hole, there we go. I think I kind of like it this way. We'll do this. Not like 100% sold on it, but how's it feeling? Let's just kind of fly around. That seems all right to me. We got a couple floaties that we'll have to decide with. So without it on this bad boy here, we still have a couple floaties. Yeah. And then on, well, that goes up higher, which is kind of neat. Torn. Let's do this. Why not? This is just kind of neat. It is kind of cool to make the pillars look more organic too. It's a little bit different. We are in an alien world, so all right, sure. I like it. All right, let's apply it. Enough talk. This bad boy here. L, L, GZ, L. There we go. Just to fix that. We may have to get rid of some of these flyers. It's going to be annoying. First off, I'm going to disconnect that and L, Control L. No, they're touching. Is this one touching? Yeah, it's fine. Maybe I'm stressing too much about that. That could be okay. All right, save it. This one we need to apply as well, our ceiling. We can turn back off again so we can keep playing. Now, we can grab our terrain from yesterday and decide how much we want to use it. So it will put sand on the ground area, which might not be what we want if we've got these sand things, but let's try it. F4, append. 18, ruined village. Yes. Material, sure. Desert sandstone. Or buildings with sand. Which way do we want to go? Rock or building with sand? Let's try getting them both. We'll see which we prefer. And we're going to have to edit them, I think, because we don't have that sphere anymore. So I have to repoint it to a new sphere. Okay. Shading. Great. This bad boy here. Let's give it. Let's try building with sand first, just to see, because it's kind of neat. Yeah. Yeah, we have to give it a new controller. Sand control tab. Because it doesn't have an object anymore. Or does it? Does it have a sphere? Did it bring the sphere over? That would be amazing if it did. I don't think it did, though. Sphere. Or did it? It did. Cool. Bring the sphere back. Nice. Scale the sphere down. Bring it over. And Z8. Let's take a look at what we got. We go up and down. And go like there. It really doesn't matter for this one. We can kind of go all the way up. That seems cool. Nice. And then we can just grab sand, right? Yeah. Cover this object here, which is a FluidLab basic shader. Great. Gonna get rid of this shit. Control V and sand. And let's call it sand. Tab A U. Smart UV project. Sure. Sand. Now everything is sand. Is that too much sand on the ground? I don't know. Might be. That's one of the things I wasn't sure about. What happens if we go back to this bad boy here? And let's go look at the controller for it. We got lots of time today. We're doing well. So sand control tab. Now let's solo it too. And I know this is a pain to look at because it's kind of hard to see. What do we got? This is everything. This is our noise. Are we taking it out or we're adding them together? Adding them together. Okay. So this is our top one, which is just the geometry. Okay. This one is everything. We wanted less. Yes, that's less. Cool. Let's cut this in more. I want to eat out of that sum. Okay, so we're multiplying this. that. This is that. Okay. I think I'm just gonna maybe get rid of, do we want the controller? If we cut it down, add a little bit of strength to it. And noise. There we go. Yeah. So that's that. That comes to this, which comes to this, which comes to this. What if we just mix this and see what that gives us? Yeah, good. We get some plain parts in it. Cool. I think that's better. And I don't think this object has been UV'd, so let's UV it. Smart UV project. Okay. And great. Cool. So we are using the sphere, but not much. And I don't mind that. And turn off our solo. So we have sand. But mostly it's ground where it's not sand, which is good. Like, we want some difference. Okay. We take our sand texture and just GZ and down just a little bit. Do we like it better? Maybe. Maybe not. We have kind of a lip here that I'm not like ultra crazy about. We could just go, we got time, again, sculpt mode. Just because we did it physically accurately doesn't mean we have to leave it that way. Kind of bring these down just a titch. We used a tool set to make our lives easier. We should not be slaves to it. I'm gonna have to smooth that edge down. I think that'll help. Smooth it out a little bit. Yeah. And because we also tweaked the ground here, like we made it very different from what it was before too. So we just have to acknowledge that it got us someplace. It may not get us exactly where we want to be. As long as we're cool with what we get, it doesn't matter. Cool. Yeah, nice. Okay, cool. Is that like, I can't even tell if that's touching the ground or not. And I want to make sure it is, obviously. Feels like it's floating. Now it doesn't. I'm gonna, you know what, screw you. That, you bastard. There we go. around. And like I said, this was overkill to begin with, so I don't mind. I think we were just using an excuse to try something. That feels better to me now. I do kind of want it near that pole, though. I do kind of want it up near the pole a little bit. That doesn't seem like it's touching, does it? I don't want to do this. Okay. Yeah, probably good enough. It's gonna be pretty dark in here anyway. Otherwise, we're gonna have to put a pretty bright light to punch up stuff. That looks all right to me. So this is our entrance. And we should turn on our ceiling. Okay. Indiana Jones ceiling, you know. Oh, we need to give this the same top material as this. Control link, materials, top, AU, smart UV project, sure. Cool. Cool, man. Take care. Thanks for stopping by. That's looking all right. Now, how Indiana Jonesy do you want to make it? The answer is, of course, very. Let's sky. Maybe it's time for sky. Import. They are. Where are we at? Just about an hour. Cool. 43. What are we in here? How do they look? Sure. I'm thinking 1014. Why? I don't know. Let's just see. Oh yeah. Yeah, we can definitely see we got some issues there. We got to fix that. Okay. Not vertex paint. Sculpt mode. Bit of light will definitely tell you where you fucked up that. Okay. Cool. Object mode. Let's come back though. I'm going to set a camera so we can kind of check ourselves. And I'm going to get rid of this dude because he's in my way. Alexa, lens, anamorphic, resolution, wide. Okay. HDR maker, world. Let's just look and see what we get. If we angle of 60, 120, and obviously these are no's. 240, 300. Do any of these get to the 0 or not? They don't. Let's import a new one. Let's see if we can't. EXR. Let's just do base start one. Now that gives us, again, slightly better angle. Render base contrast. That gives us more. And photographer exposure 8.5. That gives us more. Whew, that's ugly. Okay, we got to fix that. Bring that back. Bring that beat back. Okay. Okay, that's better. Now, just give a bit more there. In fact, we can come in here and draw and just sort of sculpt this a bit more sand here. Just because. That is looking all right. Now, we could dust it. That might be kind of cool. And so we've already taken out the whatever was here. That's kind of our point. So I also want to try something with just this sand here. Let's just solo it. I want to look at it. Where'd you go? What? Why? Okay, is there something from it that's way past that? Probably. Alt Z, B, Control I, X, vertices, tab, dot. Okay, good. It must have put some sand must have escaped and fallen forever, because when we turned it to solid mesh, it was very big. Let's look. That's a little bumpy for this sand. I like it, but let's edit it. Cool. Bump. Let's turn that strength down even more. 0.1, distance of 0.25. That feels better. Cool. I think we maybe want a bit more sand. Do we have more sand? We do there. Okay. Layout. I want to bring it back to around this pillar here. Sculpt mode. So let's bring that back up. I want to have just a bit more there. So we see it when we look in this way. Yeah, although it's too high here. have to just come in close. Actually, might be easier to do this with edit mode now. Grab this, proportional on, connected only, shrink it way down, bring it down. Yeah, that's good. That's better. That back up. Get really precise, obviously, if you want to. I don't know if you want to, but tier 2. Yeah. That face shouldn't be that high up. Yeah, we can see here too. This should come down. We can get really picky here if we feel like it. Basically, though, if we don't notice it in a scene, I'm not going to mess with it, is my plan. Maybe next time I would distort the ground before I did it. I just didn't want to add a lot of polys to it to slow down our sim. So it's the kind of thing you test and see. I like that. I think that's looking all right. Let's maybe play a little bit because we got what, 25 minutes? Yeah, we're doing good. What if there was some leftover stuff from when the first Shropshire explorers came in here and snatched that head 30 years ago? Will also just give us a chance to add a bit more crap to it. Where would we find a cool thing? Big Beam Small, Grand Bazaar, building, kit, wood stuff. And we slap in a couple little bad boys here. Like that one there. Cool. I do like that one there. We're just going to kind of try to fill in some of this space here where that. Maybe we could even, Ian's got one, right? All palette. Yes, there's an old grody palette. How big is it? This palette's not very large. Let's scale it up a bit. Whether or not it needs to be or not, sure. Let's, yeah, get this out of the way. 3D cursor and local. RY. That up. Cool. Something like that. Let's see what it looks like with color. It's very bright. And we might actually be too bright. Oh, and we got some more we want to fix here. See, this is what happens. Cool. Great. Down, down, down. Down. And just kind of get smoothing these down. X, vertices. X, faces. There we go. Yep. Cool. That's better. I think that is too bright though. It doesn't have to be, but we get a kind of a more Indiana Jonesy vibe if we have it darker, for sure. Oh, my ceiling's not on. That's why. Let's make sure about that one. Yeah, no. Have your ceiling turned on, Seth. Does help. Okay. And then I do like that though. And I like that log. And again, let's go back. See where I'm at. This other log, oh, there we went. We don't need that one there. Rising out of the sand there. Could be cool. Yep. Cool. Subtle because it's in the shade, but I like it. I think I do want to give it some dust or some sand or something. We could try doing it with a volume, but just to do something differently. Let's go look. Do I have another Blender file? Let's check out Creative Shrimp's Dust It. Definitely the FluidLab was fun though. That's a pretty easy, intuitive way to do a fluid sim. I am moderately impressed with that. Oh, the other thing I wanted to add, probably we could. Let's see. Light beam. Let's bring it back. Let's see what that gives us. We can rotate it so it lines like that better. Kind of fakes our thing. Maybe we don't need it if we do the fog though. I'm just gonna try, but I think, not sure it's working there. Something to keep in mind though. Okay, file, open. It's like dust, right? Dust particles. Dust particles pro. Yeah, these are just dust. Great. Copy. And turn off our ceiling again. Paste. Okay. Let's see. I'm not going to emit them right now. Particles, 500. Yes, we want them affected by the lighting in the scene. Okay, oh, they're camera based, that's right. Do that. Scale. Control A, rotation scale. Cool. Scale, just so they take the whole space up. Rotation scale. And we want 1,000 of them. And we want max, we want the size. Max size to be 0.05. Yeah, and then we want 5,000 of them. Let's see what that gives us. For sure. That is a useful thing to do. Ceiling back on. Do we even see any of it? Does it help us in any way? I'm gonna have to turn off denoise. Dust is here, right? Yes. New collection, dust. Max size, 0.08, make them a bit bigger. Let's see if this helps us see them more. Maybe a bit. Not a lot though. We could make them glow, which is always a cheap way of doing it. They emit. Then we have like these glowy dust particles, but that doesn't feel right. So we're going to unemit. I'm just going to allow them to be chill. Shimmer a little bit because there's sand. Sure. I don't care about them moving because I'm doing a still image. So whatever. I don't hate it. It's a pretty simple scene because it's a pretty simple room, but it does what we need it to do. The only thing I want to try is right now we are locked into our lighting by this sky, and it's, I don't know, maybe not helping us. So what happens, since we're not looking at the blue anyway, ever, if we HDR it, and let's just change the sky entirely to just, doesn't even really matter. We could actually just get rid of it, but cloudy. There we go. So now that's just a flat lit space and we can see our room. Now let's do our own lighting. Make sure this object is turned off in viewpoint. Okay, lights. Shift A, light, sun. Now, if we go to our sun, we go to strength of 10, 5, and color, and we make it 5500. So it feels warmer. And we don't even need to be up that high because it doesn't matter. This way we can control it better. Okay. And we angle it. We can put it wherever we want. I mean, it doesn't matter, but something like that. Something like that might be better. Yeah. So we're backlit. Bright. You can see the ground. I wish it wasn't here as much. But maybe what I'll do, there's no reason the hole in the ceiling has to be as big as it is. There might be a pain. There we go. No, that's only half of it. You know what? Let's just do a separate thing so we don't have to mess with our ceiling. Mesh. Shift A, mesh, torus. Actually, no, not even that. Shift A, mesh, plane, or circle. Circle, yep. GZ. Scale to there. Sure. Control A, rotation scale. Tab F. Now, 3, inset, X, face. Now, we can adjust, we should be able to kind of play a bit better. There we go. That's what we want. Perfect. Trying to avoid being a slave to our existing lighting. You should never allow that. Okay, we need to fix that. And let's just grab this whole thing and bring it down there. Great. Yeah, all this is too big. There we go. Is that better? It is better. Let's go to here too. Bring this down. I know it's exciting, right? But we'll get it. Better. Yep, that is better. Can maybe even put something like right here. Again, make another board. That'd be kind of cool. Turn off the ceiling. Let's move this into ceiling. Where'd my point go? Oh, I'm there. Where's my 3D cursor? Oh, now I can see it. It's like, where is it? Ah! Oh, to here. GZ. You know, just kind of help hide those weird sand edges. Yeah, I think that's better. Mhm. I have one more thing I kind of want to try. It's kind of a last minute thing, but let's see. This object here, solo at tab edit 3, Shift G, coplanar. Cool. How much more can I select? Great. All those. Cool. I want to distort them a little more. I don't want to mess up my ground too much. But I did kind of want them to have a little bit of. I wish there was a way to erode it on vertices instead of just. You know what? Let's try this. got that selected. Shift Q, quick displace. Noise seed. Actually, I don't hate it on everything, but certainly on that. Just to make it a little bit more rough. Do we like it? It does feel a little bit better, I think. Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. Just so it's wasn't quite so like super smooth. This definitely needs to be fixed a bit more. I want to grab 2 GZ. Bring that down. Great. Down and bring that whole thing down. And just kind of even E. Does that even help us? Is that too sharp? Might be too sharp. Probably not, but whatever. I think that is better. Still a little bit weird shading there, but that could happen. That's fine. All right. So I think we'll call it. Maybe not the most epic of shots today, but I wanted to play with the FluidLab, and I think it definitely worked well. I like our space. I think it works. Yeah, I will not be here tomorrow. I think I have picked up another extras gig that will start super early in the morning. Like I have to be 45 minutes away from my house at 5 in the morning. So, but anyway, won't be here tomorrow, but I'll be back again on Friday, and we'll do some more stuff. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I will hopefully see you, everybody here later, and have a great day. Okay, later.